Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers to me, flowers.
Hello Petals, today I will be talking about Royale High. I haven't made a RH video in 1 month mostly, because there hasn't been much to talk about, so this will be a shorter rant video. Anyways, the new Campus 4.2 brought up Royale High's player count to 36k players all at once. This was the most RH has seen in a while. But compared to older Royale High, that is quite low. But that didn't matter, because shortly after there was a new Fallen Phase set, and the game seemed to be thriving for that whole month. But now on a Saturday at the time I am writing this script, the game is averaging less than 10k players like once before. Why is that? The reasons. There are many reasons as to why people didn't stay, but here are the main ones. First, even though Campus 4.2 is more roleplay friendly, it just didn't have the nostalgic pull as the older campuses, and I saw some OG players were a bit overwhelmed with all the different classes and bigger map, with many finding it harder to find the dorms, their locker, and chest locations. Secondly, people left because of the new Quest EXP update. It gives you less EXP when completing quests and going to classes, which isn't a bad idea for Campus 4.2 since you can also do classes, but they also ruin quests for Campus 3. They should have kept both methods to farm instead of removing one completely and expecting players to adapt quickly to the less EXP. This doesn't help the fact that Royale High inflation is causing items to be worth more. A good example is the ever-friend Halo 2024. This leads to the third reason. It will lead to a lot of newer players and other older returning players to not play as much because of the increasing prices. Fourth reason, Royale High recently updated for summer and changed the farming system, which doesn't give you diamonds when you level up, but when you do mini quests. Many thought that this would make it harder to gain diamonds and ruin the game passes. Fifth, people left because the game is still advertising the dolls, and the shop menu has continued to be messy and unorganized to promote all the new dolls they are adding in the game. Plus, one of people's reasons for boycotting the game in the first place was because of the dolls, so why would they come back to Royale High if they are still supporting Jazzwares? I guess you could say Royale High is still making doll sets since they signed a contract with Jazzwares, but they haven't even finished all the doll sets from Season 1 and are working on Season 2 right now. There is also a Season 3 coming soon, leading more people to wait for the toys sets they bought to come into the game, and they're becoming very impatient with the game. Last but not least, people lost trust in the game after years of waiting for the new Royale High campus, and even the newly released 4.2 is still not fully finished. I feel like at this point Royale High is trying its hardest to get its old fanbase back by releasing Campus 4.2, but it hasn't been really working as they hoped. Overall, Campus 4.2 update has been mixed within the RH community. It doesn't help that Royale High is going down to 5 to 7k daily players like once before. New Halo. Also, there is a new Halo. It's called Luminous Lagoon, titled Low Halo 2025. For those who haven't seen it, it looks like a reef of colorful coral with colorful fishes in between the coral. I just want to say before I give my thoughts, this Halo is a cool idea, and I could see what they were going for, but it wasn't executed right. It looks too cluttered for one Halo. It is not as bad as titled Low Halo 2024, but it's definitely up there. I wish they could go back to the Halo styles of 2021 and 2022 because in my opinion, that was the best time for Halo designs. The newer Halos now are either doing too much or are doing too little with the cool concepts they have. The only types of seasonal Halos RH is still good at making are the Everfriend and Evening Fall Halos. I don't recommend getting this Halo because from what I see it's losing some value, and most Halos gain their value by how they look, and most of the community agrees that Royale High missed with this Halo. Summer Update Summary. To summarize, the developers, as I mentioned earlier in this video, have changed the farming method. I personally think the farming method feels more effective since you get diamonds after each task compared to having to wait for your character to level up and get the same 1800 or 300 diamonds each time. There was a new Tidal Glow Halo, as I already mentioned, and fun fact, one of my friends also won it 5 days ago. The game now teleports you in Campus 4 to every class even when you're AFK. I find this helpful, so we don't have to click the teleport button to take us to class anymore, but it can get quite annoying if you just join, get put into a random class, or try to teleport to leave to a different realm and get put into class right before. It has happened to me as well, and let me just tell you guys, it gets pretty old fast. If anyone knows how to disable the class thing, please let me know. Anyways, the quests got nerfed by 10% and hygiene and sleep by 25%, which is very sad, and limiting to other players who farm that way. Also, there is a new subscription for multipliers to try it out for a month, but I personally don't recommend it because it just isn't worth it as you're spending more just to have it for 5 months than to actually buy the real thing. New competition. In addition, Royale High is also going to have to worry about new games stealing more of their spotlight. We saw Royale High's poor attempt to try to get old RH players to stop playing Dress to Impress and come back to their game. But it didn't really work and they seem to have given up. But there are new games like Momo City and Monsterverse who will be coming out soon either this year or early next year, and I am sure this will lead to a huge downfall in the game. So, Royale High really has to step it up to keep up with these new and more modern games before it is completely forgotten. But maybe Royale High needs this competition so it can finally step up and be the game the community has been begging it to be. I myself am super hyped for all the new fashion games coming out and hope to play them when I find time. Conclusion, what do you guys think about this? Do you think Royale High can get back to 50k to 100k players per update again? Please give me video suggestions as it would really help me out. I have been making shorts a lot more frequently since they follow my schedule and are quicker for me to make. A comment on my video with a mermaid emoji if you agree with my opinions, and make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to this video and my channel. Take care, Rose Petals.